Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, WWE Royal Rumble review. Just got a peacock with it. It was entertaining, I'll say the least, you know. Announced attendance was 44,390. They announced it twice. They announced it at the beginning of the show, and then they had the formal announcement during the show. In St. Louis, actually not far from there, was planning on going. But obviously with COVID going on and stuff, I wasn't comfortable being around that many people. And so I chose to stay home. The Pulse family did go. Texted them throughout the show. They seemed to have a good time. Alright, first match. We had the WWE Universal Championship on the line. We had champion Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Seth coming out as the Shield member, coming through the crowd. We're like, okay, you know, it's kind of a throwback. Him hitting the powerbomb and Reigns through the announce table, the Shield powerbomb through the announce table like they used to do. Okay, you know, it's kind of looking promising here. Obviously, you could see Rollins getting into the head of the tribal chief. And then Reigns speared Rollins. Well, went to spear Rollins. Rollins kind of jumped up, climbing up pedigree, and had a pedigree on it. Roman put on the guillotine choke lock. Rollins finally got to the ropes. I didn't think Rollins was going to tap. And so when Reigns and Rollins get to the rope, the referee, Little H, Charles Robinson, tells Reigns, release the hold. He doesn't. He counts to 5. They end up DQing it. Seth Rollins winning by disqualification. I thought it was a good match, a good back and forth match. You can tell everything that Rollins had said on the promos got into Reigns' head. And you just had a feeling that I thought it was going to be a straight pinfall. There's no way Rollins is beating Reigns for the title here. That Roman Reigns retaining the title, Seth getting the pinfall victory. I give it 3-star. I mean, in the DQ, I probably would have 3, maybe 3.5 if it were just a straight pinfall victory. But obviously, the biggest come out of that match was keeping the title on Roman Reigns. As we find out later, we're pretty sure we know what's going to happen at Mania at this point. Next up, we did 30-woman Royal Rumble match. Overall, it was good. There's just so many veterans. You have so much young talent on your NXT roster. You had Sasha and Melina starting it. Melina was a surprise. You had Cameron coming out. You had Ivory. That was just horrible. Alicia Fox, Sarah Logan. And then obviously the big surprise of the night, Ronda Rousey coming out at 28. You had the Bellas coming out, which we already knew about. We had Brie eliminate Nikki. That was kind of interesting to see what they do, if they do something with that. You had number 20, you had Impact Knockout Champion with the Impact Knockout Champion belt. Mickie James, hardcore country playing in St. Louis. Her coming out wearing an Impact Knockouts title. And I was watching it with my wife even. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah. She's got the Impact Knockouts title on WrestleMania. Or on Royal Rumble. It's crazy. Mickie getting eliminated. Where'd she get eliminated? Whew. These long pay-per-views make this kind of hard. She got eliminated 18th. So she had a little run in there. So it wasn't bad. Once 28 happened, once Ronda came out, you knew. There's no way Ronda doesn't win. Shayna coming out at 30. Shayna and Ronda having the history they have, the 4 horsewomen in the UFC. I'd like to definitely see them do something there, either together or apart. The final 4 was Shayna, Ronda, Sarah Logan. The final 4 was Charlotte, Ronda, Shayna, and Cameron. Oh, hold on. So, I made some marks on my sheet. Hang on. And the final 4 was Ronda, Charlotte, Bianca, and Shayna. And then Rhea was like the 5th left, and then Lita. I was kind of hoping they would do something with Lita and Charlotte going at Mania, because I know they did Trish and Charlotte at Mania. Maybe they still do that. Maybe she gets the women's. But Ronda Rousey winning the 30-woman Royal Rumble match. I give it 3 3/4. I enjoyed it all. I thought it was a great match. I didn't think there's too many just like botches type spots. Now, obviously, I've seen some stuff online before the show, knowing Ronnie was in St. Louis. I have a feeling it's not going to be Ronda and Charlotte like a lot of people are thinking. It's going to be Ronda and Becky. If we remember the last time we saw Ronda Rousey on WWE television, she was put to the announce table by Becky Lynch coming out of WrestleMania 37? Yeah, 36. When Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda main evented and Becky two belts became a thing. So next up, we had the Raw Women's title. We had champion Becky Lynch taking on Doudrop. This match was just trash to me. Doudrop hit a cannonball, which was kind of cool. Otherwise, Becky kind of dominated. Becky got the victory. I give it 2.5. I mean, it was a good 2.5. Once Becky retained, I'm like, okay, we get Charlotte Becky at Mania, which is cool. That's main event at night 1. Next up, we had the WWE title. We had champion Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. In Bobby Lashley's corner was MVP, and then Brock's corner was Paul Heyman. Yeah, this went awry quick. Lashley spear can't talk today. Lesnar was standing on the outside by the timekeeper area. Lashley went to go spear him, and he ended up moving. Lashley speared himself in the timekeeper's area. Brock goes over there and kind of takes him out a little bit. Oh, I forgot to mention in that very first match, about the announce table. That first match, Reigns and Rollins. I talked about, when he put him through the announce table. And then they fixed the announce table during the show. And then after the Women's Royal Rumble match, when Shayna is pointing at the Royal Rumble sign, it caught fire. The pyro went off and cut the shine on fire. And I was reading online, I was talking about evacuate. I'm like, what? I reached out to the Pulse family. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, yeah, sign caught fire, and they evacuated the area. I'm like, that's crazy. I've seen a video on Twitter where they literally showed people were sitting behind you. They videoed it. They brought the freaking sign down, put a fire extinguisher on it, and put it back up, only to catch fire again. That's the funny part about it. But yeah, this Lesnar got in the hurt lock. Bobby nailed the hurt lock on him. You're like, okay, how's Lesnar going to get out of the hurt? I mean, at this point, Lesnar's face is already bright red before the hurt lock went on. And you point out to my wife, and she's like, that's not healthy. I'm like, duh, this dude's blown up. But yeah, he ends up trying to get out of the hurt lock. Goes to the corner. When he turned and pushed Lashley back into the corner to break the hold, he hit the referee. Oops. And the referee was already kind of like woozy at that point. And then when Lesnar hit an F5 on Bobby Lashley, Bobby Lashley ended up damn super kicking the ref, knocking the ref out. Well, then we have the Tribal Chief come in the ring, spear Lesnar, goes over to the apron over the corner where Paul Heyman's standing with the WWE title on his shoulder. Paul, hand me the title. What the hell is Paul Heyman doing? Paul Heyman handed the title to Brock. I'm like, what? We are not doing this, are we? Lesnar takes the title, or Reigns takes the title, hits Lesnar with it, throws the title down. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman walk out together. The ultimate swerve before Roman comes out of the ring. He lays Lashley over Lesnar, the 1, the 2, the 3 new WWE champion. Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns screwed Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman screwing Brock Lesnar. I said it right then and there. I'm like, Lesnar comes back at number 30 and wins the Rumble. I mean, you just knew Roman Reigns and Lesnar what we're getting at Mania. We've known that for months now, but yeah, that sealed the deal. Then we had the mixed tag match: Edge, Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Maryse. It was actually a good mixed tag match. I give it 3-star. I know people online seem to love it more than I did. I thought it was good, but it wasn't just like, oh my god, it's like a 5-star match. Yeah, nothing like that. I give that Lesnar match 2-star. Yeah, Edge and Beth. I mean, they each did their own finisher. Whatever Beth's finisher's called. Both of them hit it on each. The men and women. If you're gonna have intergender tag, let it be intergender. Man can face the woman, vice versa. But Edge and Beth Phoenix getting the pinfall there. It was okay. Like I said, 3-star. This is after Edge and Miz having their match at Mania. I don't know, or yeah, day one. I don't know if this carries on to Mania with anything or if it's done here. Only time will tell. Men's Royal Rumble starts. We knew 25 to 30, so it's like as they're running down, you get to 21 with Drew McIntyre. I suspected Drew McIntyre, and he comes out. I'm like, oh, I was right on that one. I thought, okay, McIntyre's coming out. He wins this, You had AJ in there for a while. You had Kofi's missed spot, which was horrible. Because I was watching it. I was actually behind a little bit. So I'm watching. I'm like, oh, hell no. He did not. His foot hit. I watched his foot hit the ground. Bullcrap. I thought they were going to call him. He didn't. So I'm literally rewinding it. Pulled my cell phone out. Had a perfect shot on my cell phone where you can see both feet touch the ground. And I'm like, okay. And I hit TV and they said, oh, yeah, he's out. I'm like, okay. Because I was going to post that right on Twitter immediately because his foot hit, Amos was out at 11. He got doubled, 10 teamed or whatever it was. Then we had number 27, Bad Bunny. Dude could wrestle a little bit. He had a freaking Canadian destroyer. It's like a bunny destroyer, they called it. I'm like, not too bad. 28, Shane McMahon. I'm like, okay. So I guess there was 26 that we kind of knew. 29 was Randy. Trying to figure out who was... We knew Johnny Knoxville was going to be in it. He was okay. Him and Sammy got into it, and Sammy ended up eliminating him. Reg Holland maybe was the one that was an oddball out there, because I thought there was 25, maybe there was 26 announced. And then number 30 was Brock. As soon as the music hit, I'm like, oh, Brock wins. I was literally like, I'll just circle and call it good now. Our final four was Shane, Riddle, Brock, and Drew. Final two, Drew and Brock. Is there a chance Drew wins this? Yeah, no. Brock winning it all the way. So we have Brock Lesnar, your 2022 Royal Rumble winner. Ronda Rousey, your 2022 Women's Royal Rumble winner. Both former UFC champions in WWE. That'll hopefully get some eyes on the product for WrestleMania. Then Lesnar pointed at the sign. Sign pyro goes off. The sign caught fire again. So we had two fires in the arena tonight at the WrestleMania sign. Hopefully they get that fixed before Elimination Chamber. And so right now we have probably for the Universal title, we have Lesnar and Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. Heyman will be involved in that storyline. And I think for the Raw Women's title, we have Ronda and Becky. We'll see what they do for the other two titles. I can see Lita or Sasha versus Charlotte. You're going to want to have big matches. But overall, it was a good show. Long ass show. They had an hour pre-show for no reason. No matches on the pre-show, at least that they showed on TV. But yeah, that is the 2022 Royal Rumble. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show as we review all pro wrestling we can. We got the NASCAR Countdown Series. We're trying to get back on track. If you are a NASCAR fan, I am coming back with it with vengeance, hopefully. With moving, as you can see behind me, different, being sick. Just everything going on, moving, being sick at the same time. Just wasn't able to do things. I'm about 2 weeks behind on that. So I'm hoping as we get ready for the Busch Clash at the Coliseum, I get all those caught up before Daytona. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. And just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.